That was a fast 3, 2, 1.
Well, there you go. We are live.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Seal Podcast, episode number 128 for the first week of June. I'm not doing the individual date. Oh, yep. Neil's got a picture of a Spectrum 128K behind him. Like it. Nice. Themed pictures.
There you go. I'll try my best.
Yeah, where
Well,
are
I
we?
don't know about my
June.
best.
Be your best. June,
I'll
somewhere, early June. First week of June, 2022. I am your host, Fraser. I'm joined on my left by Neil.
Hello.
That is all.
Yeah. Scraping the
we
barrel
are.
tonight.
That's okay.
As if we're not normally.
No, that's okay. It's a nice break just to have different different numbers and a different dynamic. I'm sure we'll get on just fine.
Oh, well,
So,
hopefully.
could this be the end of the Seal podcast
Well,
as we know it?
I reckon we could have ended it before now. Let's be honest.
Speaking of other podcasts, where's Joysticks and Chill?
Oh, you didn't take long to get that dig in, did you?
Well, Pilch told me I had to get a dig in too. So me and him love it. Joysticks and Chill, where's your podcast, please? Saw it on Discord you were recording, got very excited, and now here I am on Friday having to do my own bloody podcast to be entertained.
Still not happened yet. Oh, I better check that. We might be factually incorrect. I'll just check my podcast feed because they may never know what have come out.
Okay. All right. Well, look, let's see if I'm going to be eating crow in a second.
No.
No. Okay. No apologies.
You're safe. You can get that boot stuck right in.
Excellent. Yeah, just so you know, boys, we are looking forward to that, of course. So we're going to be skipping a major thing. We haven't really got anything footy to discuss, have we? Maybe just to give a shout out to Christian for his lads doing the do last weekend.
I guess we have to, don't we? I felt sad watching that game.
I didn't watch it. I mean, we had horses in we had two horses in the race as the Seal podcast. We had Lord, friend of the show, and Christian, friend of the show, both of them.
Sumu's definitely managed to rope in a few extra supporters in the US of A.
Yeah, we had a photograph posted in our Discord, sullied our Discord. In fact, I really, really should have just invoked some admin privileges, or someone should have got that photograph deleted. But we had a photograph dropped in our Discord of Defo. I didn't exactly make out who he's with, but two of his friends.
Well, they were all wearing red t-shirts, but one of those red t-shirts, well, one of them was a correct shirt. Let's put it this way, for supporting the Notts Forest, the Tricky Trees.
You think that's correct?
One of them said USA. One of them was definitely a Forest shirt. One of them said USA on it, and the other one probably would have got your head kicked in if you'd have turned up trying to support Forest. But there you go. So it had a Man United logo on it.
Yeah, see, I nearly put the caption, "Oh, 3 shit football clubs," right? But then I started to feel a bit guilty, and I thought, I don't really want to put the boot in. Christian's such a nice guy. Do I want to start putting the boot in? But at the same time, he's a football fan, right? Now he's up in the Premier League.
You've got to take it, haven't you?
You got to give it, and you got to take it. No one's exempt, really, are they? You know. No. So Forest now are. I mean, I don't have anything against Forest. Really, I don't think they're not like it. Not yet. I mean, but they're an enemy team. I mean, Team USA, you got to get the boot in there, haven't you?
I don't know if that was a football shirt, to be fair. A soccer shirt, for the Americans out
there. Round ball. Yeah, I'm not too sure. I'm guessing it is. And the Man United shirt. I don't even know where to begin with that.
Well, what can you say other than nothing? Yeah. Best not say anything there.
Anyway,
even Man United fans don't wear Man United shirts these days.
Yeah. Okay. Well, before that leaves a bad taste in my mouth, let's just finish it off by saying congratulations to Sumu for his team's victory. Unlucky Lord. I think from what I didn't watch the match, but I know you did, Neil, and from what I've seen anyway, it sounds
there was some definitely. The referee definitely did Forest a favour a couple of times. I would say. Tough couple of penalty shouts that probably looked pretty much like penalties to me. But what do I know? I'm only a Championship football fan. You know, if in the Premier League, obviously you don't get those things, apparently, unless you're a team like in the top 4.
I don't know. That's a whole other story now. Come on. But I mean, the point is, like, poor old Lord, right? That's it. I mean, could it happen?
Yeah, got to slum it next year again. They've had the taste of Premier League glory, though. To be fair,
they have.
You know, they've had their turn in the Premier League.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. All right.
People to think. People like you probably don't remember that.
No, we don't.
But they have actually had their time in the Premier League.
I got time to remember that.
It wasn't that long ago. It was only about 3 years ago, if that.
Actually, 3 years ago would put it right square in my sort of not following footy, really.
Not talking about or following footy.
Well, yeah,
barely following it last season, really.
I know it's ongoing now. It's been ongoing for a few years. I figure out. I don't know what it's going to take to get me big time back into it. Probably retirement.
Well, you've got a new owner that's not a horrendous piece of shit. Hopefully, I don't know.
I don't think is there anything been finalized?
I think Chelsea? So. Some American dude. He owns the. Does he own the Dodgers or something? He's like a big sports guy. So
I don't know.
Marty in the chat. Hi.
Hi, Marty. Yeah, I don't know.
He's not Russian anyway.
Sorry, I'm just trying to just make sure I can keep an eye on the text chat here on my phone. Right. Okay. Oh well, that's footy for you. Anything else?
Yeah. I don't know. I just felt a bit sad watching it, thinking could have been us. Could have been us there.
I mean, it's a grand day out.
Yeah. People just like to put the boot in, saying it was empty, and there was a lot of empty seats. But
there still must have been quite a few people there, right?
They only gave enough seats to each club to fill, like 85% of the stadium. So who else is going to go?
Yeah, it's true.
Why don't they just, let them have 100% of the tickets? Then they might actually fill it. I looked back, and I think it was 2009. Luton were in the Johnston's Paints Trophy, the real one that everyone wants to win. And we took 42,000 fans to Wembley. Yeah. And there was only 52,000 in the crowd that day.
Who was that against?
I fucking can't remember.
Okay.
But yeah. So if we could have sold 42,000 tickets, there's no way that Forest and Huddersfield together could have easily sold out Wembley.
Yeah.
And it would have been full. So I don't know. And that was 2009 when we were like not good.
Did they fill 85% of it?
They sold all, it was 80,090 or 19 or whatever the capacity. So they sold all of their tickets. And there was just like however many seats left that they didn't bother to fucking sell for some reason.
So 80,000 still went to it.
Yeah, it's still big, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
not
huge.
Bad. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's a fair old whack. That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, so fair play to them. Okay, well, look, let's not dwell on football. We've got I think a nice compact show, although that remains to be seen when we get into what we've been playing.
Well, exactly. Once we start.
Yeah, this could be interesting. We only have one.
Or not.
Oh, actually, I do have to give a shout on the Twitch streaming, because I Twitch streamed some Borderlands 3 on Sunday.
Did you?
I did, and somebody.
Did you call it Vampire Survivors though?
I did to start. Well, no, I started to stream Vampire Survivors, and I couldn't get it to work. I don't know what was going on, so I just ended up playing Borderlands 3 instead. But a chap, somebody, I was about to say a chap, could be a lady, I have no idea, but somebody called Sway came in and asked if they could play Borderlands with me, and I was like, yeah, sure, why not? So they jumped in the game with me, and we ran around, and they were super high level, and I was a scrub just starting. They're just laying waste to everything. Lots of flashy weapons and fire and explosions coming out of all areas. And donated a very fancy weapon, like well beyond any level I can't possibly use it right now, but it looks as though it's got all the bells and whistles. So
nice.
Yeah, if I keep playing that, then
that's the sort of person you want to join your game, isn't it?
Exactly. That's pretty cool. So thank you, Sway. It was a pleasure to play with you.
Make sure you really. Like and subscribe. Oh, that's YouTube, not Twitch.
Well, you could subscribe on YouTube, right?
I guess.
Yeah.
Well, you definitely do the Twitch Prime subs.
Sure. So that's really all I have in terms, on the media side.
I did a Twitch stream for the first time in a while.
I think I saw a notification on that. I saw the
you
stats summary
to watch, because you were playing your silly game.
Probably. Oh, so how was that? Good?
No one came.
Oh, mate.
No, Marty turned up for a little while. Thanks,
Marty. He's the guy, right? You should have WhatsApped me and I would have come in, or at least turned my phone on.
You were busy Valoranting.
I could have put my phone on and given you an extra viewer.
Well, I don't like to beg. You're not interested. You're not interested, are you?
Well, that's true. Okay, fair enough. Keeping it real. I respect that. Me, I'll happily buy those extra viewers and followers.
Oops. Yeah. Well.
Okay, well, let's move on to what we've been doing then. You've got more than me, so you start.
What, as of what I've been doing? Not a lot, really. I've watched some TV stuff.
Well, that's fine.
What have I watched? Where's it gone? It's going to move down. Right, yeah. So I watched the Wanky Nobby, Obi-Wan. Watched the first 2 episodes. I haven't watched this week's. It comes out on a Wednesday randomly.
Okay.
Apparently. But yeah, me and my wife watched the first 2 episodes. I don't know. It's all right. I think it's just this TV thing that they do with all of the TV shows is they take far too fucking long to get on with it because they've got to make a TV series out of it. I reckon the first episode could have been probably 15 to 20 minutes of a movie. So about a third of the time it actually was. And the second episode, just at the end, I was like, now it's getting interesting. So that's like an hour and fucking 40 minutes in or whatever, I guess. So yeah, it looks like it could be getting good. But 2 episodes in and it was a bit of a slog.
It's not a good sign, is it?
Well, it's difficult to say, It could be really good by the end of it. I like Ewan McGregor. I think he's a good actor. He's a good Obi-Wan. He's playing his role well. And there's been a lot of shit about one of the Inquisitors apparently on Twitter. I didn't find her the most annoying character in the fucking whole thing. The first 2 hours I found little Leia was quite fucking annoying. But there we go. Right. No one seems to be moaning about her. But yeah, I thought she was well irritating.
Well, that's all. I saw the Twitter's alight with that today. I didn't get involved. I didn't read. I didn't get involved.
No, I didn't really. I don't get involved. I just I read the beef and go, I'm not getting involved. That's me. I'm like, I'm not on Twitter for the beef. I'm like, just scroll past the beefs and find the fun, maybe. But not that I agree or disagree with anyone in particular, because I don't really go into it too much. But that wasn't the most annoying part of the show for me. Let's put it that way. But we'll see how it goes. My wife says we've got to watch 2 episodes at once, so I have to wait. I've watched 2 episodes, and now there's 1 out. So I now have to wait till next Wednesday for the 2nd episode, the 4th episode technically, so we can watch 2 episodes together. Because one's never enough.
One's never enough. Yeah, I can get behind that. So that's fair enough. Yeah.
So yeah, we're watching that together. So I've actually spent some time with my wife for once.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
We also watched another thing that's on Disney Plus, obviously, and we currently got Apple Plus. Christian will be disappointed because I still haven't watched Severance. I will
Is
get
it called
to it.
Apple Plus?
Apple TV Plus, Apple Plus TV. I don't fucking know. It's one of those things.
Doesn't matter, does it? I'm just being a
knob. It's the one you pay for or don't if you get if you buy an iPhone and you get so many months free, and then But people say, I read someone say today on Twitter that it took them so long to get around to watching the final few episodes of Severance. They'd actually had to pay a $5, but didn't mind because it was that good. So I need to get on it before my 3 months because I don't really want to pay a $5. Because I haven't got enough left in my Apple account to cover a month, I don't think.
You haven't started it.
I haven't started it, but it's only 6 episodes. So, I could smash that out in a day or two. But I did watch something called After Party, the first episode, which is also on Apple, which I found quite funny. It's got, I don't know how many, I don't know any of the people really. I'm assuming some people probably know who they are. The gist is, a load of people go to a high school reunion. And one of the people at the high school, there's like an after party after the reunion, and one of the guys gets fucking offed at this party. And so the cops come in and it's all about that. And so they've got to interview all of the people. So the first episode, I've only watched 1 episode. And so the guy who gets, literally happens in the first fucking 30 seconds of the screen, of the show, is you see the guy get basically chucked off a cliff. He's the guy from school who made good. He's like a fucking pop star, rock star, film star, everything. And he gets murdered. And then everyone who was like not as cool as him, obviously, is at this after party. Some people weren't invited to the after party and all that sort of shit. So I thought it was fucking hilarious. So I recommend, from the first episode only, it looked funny. And I ain't watched the second one yet because my wife was watching it with me, but she fell asleep for the last, she was fucking hungover, I think. So about 5 minutes during the thing, she was definitely eyes closed, practically snoring. But I don't think that's a reflection of the show. That's just how hungover she was. But I really enjoyed it. So I'll be watching the rest of that. And then I was definitely watching Severance. Another thing.
Is that After Party on Apple?
After Party's on Apple. I think. I'm pretty sure.
That looks like it could be a good $5 to spend.
There's enough on there. $5 if you're going to commit to a month of TV watching. I don't know what it is in Canadian or whatever, but £5 for Apple for a month. There's quite a lot of decent stuff on there for a month, and then just don't have it for a while, and then pay like 6 months later. There'll be enough other stuff on there for $5 for a month to watch a load of stuff.
Yep, that's the way to do it.
That's the clever way to do it. Or buy an iPhone every 6 months, and then you get 3 months free. Then I went back to Disney Plus, and this evening I've watched about 3 episodes of this show. I watched 1 episode the other day, and I watched 3 in a row earlier, and literally just before the show started, called Only Murders in the Building. I would say that again because I quite butchered that. Only Murders in the Building, which has Steve Martin, Martin Short, Selena Gomez, Tina Fey's just been in the latest episode. I think, to be fair, she's in it. I didn't really realise it was her until just like the latest episode. And the gist is there's the 3. Well, like I say, Selena Gomez, very different to Steve Martin and Martin Short, obviously. But they randomly meet in a lift. I say a lift because that's what we say in England. Elevator is how they refer to it in the show. And there is a murder in their building. They're all different people, obviously, from different backgrounds. Steve Martin plays like a washed-up old actor. Martin Short's playing a washed-up old director. And Selena Gomez is a bit mysterious as her character. Why she's there, because they're in this building. What's it called? I can't remember what it's called. But it's basically like this exclusive apartment block. Yeah. It begins with an A. I can't fucking remember now. And there's like loads of famous... It's like a really exclusive apartment block, basically. And some guy gets murdered, and then they decide, because the reason they all get find out, meet sort of thing, they randomly meet in the elevator, but they're all listening to a podcast, which is why I think it's quite funny, because for people who are making podcasts, I find it quite amusing.
I've seen it, and it is interesting. So you can sort of relate, right, if you're a podcast listener.
Well, I mean, they're relating on a completely different level of podcasts. Like they're relating to like professional podcasts. I'm not saying we are. There was a phrase in tonight's show which I thought related to ours, and it says "embrace the mess." I was like, yeah, that's us.
Yeah.
So
don't be afraid of it.
Yeah. I've found like at least once in every show I've really fucking laughed out loud, proper laughed. So I know you've watched a bit of it and maybe didn't really get on with it, but I found at least once in every show I've really fucking found something really funny. I don't laugh at every 2 minutes or whatever, but yeah, I think it's really good.
Yeah, I couldn't stick with it. It didn't hold me, but yeah, the thing I took from that, I am not a big Martin Short fan by any stretch of the imagination, but I gotta admit, I watched Only Murders in the Building, and I could see why he is. He has some real ability. He's got some sort of magic. I don't know. Same as Steve Martin, right? They're both those two.
I can't remember the last time I saw either of those in anything.
Didn't they do something together, like a special stand-up or something in Netflix?
I don't know. I don't watch like things like that. I don't really watch stand-ups. Not these days.
No,
but, I remember Martin Short from Inner Space, which is like
brilliant movie.
Yeah, and between then and now, I don't really know what he's done.
No, I'm not sure either.
But and Steve Martin, The Jerk, Roxanne, those sort of things. Same, similar.
Steve Martin's doing Steve Martin. He doesn't really deviate much from that sort of dry elder gentleman. A little bit.
But he's been an elder gentleman for the last 40 years, apparently.
Yeah, that's true. It's true.
He's looking all right, considering he must be pretty old now. He looks well in that show. So
yeah, well, it's amazing what they can do.
Yeah, or a bit of money might do.
Yeah.
I've really enjoyed it anyway, and it hasn't finished yet. I'm 4 episodes in now. I think there's only 6 or 7 episodes of that, so I'll probably have that done next week. So
Marty's going to disown us because I realised we missed his question.
You what? We haven't got to that bit
yet. Marty's question. It's before this.
Oh, we do this bit. Oh, yeah, we do that bit.
Yeah, embrace the mess.
Yeah, exactly.
So we'll put Marty in after this. Okay. Anything else?
No, I can't think of anything. I've been to a street party briefly this evening, but I had massive hay fever, which is quite annoying. I went to my mum and dad's street party, so it's where I grew up.
And that's today?
That was today, but we've got one in our street tomorrow. So we'll see how that goes.
Why are they all on different days?
I don't fucking know. Maybe people in our street have got shit to do Thursdays and Friday. They've got other places to be and other street parties to go to, same as I did. So
was the street party at your parents'? Was that a daytime street party?
That was today, yeah. And they I don't know what time they started, but
people were making a day of it, maybe.
I'm sure I'll get a video of my mum shaking her ass later, like I did last time they had a street party, whenever that was. That was gross. But It was that song. Is that Groove Armada? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I know it. I've got it on vinyl.
Oh, yeah, there we go. I had a video of that from my brother. I was like, I don't need to see that, thanks. But there we go. I've seen it now, so I can't bleach my eyes.
Can't unsee. I haven't really been up to much this week that I can think of, except for a bit of the old DIY.
Mm-hmm.
I basically, when I had a leak last year, I had to pull open a part of my wall, and also behind that wall is the water shutoff valve for the house. But it's like that valve has been there since like the 70s, right? And it's really not easy to turn. Kids, certainly my daughter, kids have trouble turning it. So I was like, I need to put another shutoff valve in. And I was going to put it in. At first I didn't repair the wall. I was going to put in a small door to get to it easier. But then I decided, no, I'm going to put in another valve. So this was the quiz. I don't know whether this is a good quiz or not, but I did this quiz the other day. So how would you? I have to put a new water shutoff valve in my house. How do you put it in? Where do you put it in? How do you how do you cut it into the line? If you've got to do you take out the old shutoff valve? If you do, how do you turn the water off? You now got to turn it off at the street. And you don't have to. All you have to do is turn off the shutoff valve and then just put in another valve after it, right? So basically, you still have two valves, and then turn the old valve back on and forget about it and never use it again.
So that's you've got a shut-off valve for your shut-off valve. Is that what you're saying?
So we have an internal valve in the house. That's the shut-off valve. Now I have a shut. Yeah, there's a shut-off valve for the shut-off valve, if you so wish. But anyway, anybody who's had to with that scenario, maybe they can wrap their head around it. Maybe that makes sense.
I'll tell you what. Can I tell you about my shut-off valve in my house?
Absolutely.
It's behind a bath, so that doesn't get used in my house. That never gets turned because it's like you'd have to take the bath panel off and take the bath out to get to the shut-off valve in our house. So our water gets turned off at the street on the water meter.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So if you were to suddenly have something go, right?
I'd have to run outside and fucking pop the drain thing up and turn the valve outside the house.
Yeah, that's by that point you're into thousands of pounds of damage, right? Possibly.
Fingers crossed.
I don't know how quick can you get out there?
I haven't got a fucking 3 mile long drive. I don't know. It's not that far to the end of my drive.
It's only 2 cars. When was the last time you used it?
What, the one outside my house?
Yeah.
I haven't ever used it, but the guy that did my fixed my shower 2-3 years ago, he did it probably.
I'll give you a piece of advice. Just take half an hour out and go learn how to use that quickly. Because when it's go time, if you can switch it off, the difference.
I think you pop the top off and there's a bit of polystyrene in there, a big polystyrene block that they have to put out there.
Yeah, this is what you need to do. And yeah, this is what you need to do is go and check, right?
Which way do I turn it to turn it off?
Righty tighty, isn't it? No, I don't know. Lefty.
Anti-clockwise. Anti-clockwise to turn off, is it? Oh no, maybe not. Clockwise to turn it off.
It depends, but then it could be a ball valve. I think that's clockwise too. Anyway, you should go check that out just in case. But yeah, maybe I have that.
I'm not doing it now.
No, not now. I have that paranoia. Like it happened to a neighbor 2 doors down. Like their toilet, the pipe going into the toilet bust off. Right, basically created like a flood. Yeah, it flooded their house. Basically, thousands and thousands of dollars worth of damage.
That's why you pay house insurance.
Well, if I can head it off before it's bad, that is why you pay house insurance. But I'm going to try to avoid it anyway. So, long story short, anyway, I shut the water off, and I cut a hole in the copper pipe, and put in a new valve. And for anybody who's interested, I ended up using SharkBite. So I don't know. Have you ever seen SharkBite fittings? Basically, you don't even need to do anything. You just pop them onto the copper pipe or whatever, and they grab the pipe, and that's it. You're good to go. So, go.
I'm just trying to work this out because, like, obviously the water's coming in. You turn it off.
Yep.
There's still water.
Yeah, so the water pipe comes up through the out of the floor, out of the basement, and there's a valve, like a tap, right?
Right. So that's still there, is it? And you've added another one.
That's still there. So and it works, but it's shit. It's crappy, right? So I turned that off, and then I followed the pipe a little bit further into my basement, found a spot where I could cut the line open. So then I cut the copper pipe, cut 2 inches out of the copper pipe line, and then inserted the valve in between that. And then
have you kept a little door then? Put a little door on your wall.
Well, I don't need to because where I put
the new shut-off hole in the wall now.
Well, no, because now that runs into the furnace room, right? So the pipes are visible and stuff.
So, but it's like when you turn off the valve, right? Obviously, more water stops coming in. What about the water that's already in the pipe? That's like going wherever it's going to go. It doesn't move anymore. So when you cut that pipe, does not a load of water come fucking gushing down from wherever it was?
Yeah, basically, I turned on opened the taps down in the basement, in my bathroom in the basement, opened a tap upstairs on the top floor, and drained as much of the water out of the system as I could. But yeah, when I cut my pipe, I probably had a half a bucket's worth of water still came out, right? But I had a bucket ready to catch it, so it was all good.
Good man.
So yeah, I did get wet doing this job. And it, but whatever.
I'd probably be stuck there with a baking tray going, fuck, it's full, shit, it's fucking water going everywhere.
You have to be ready, man. Ready. Plus, but it's not a massive panic in there because that basement has a drain, so it could go. I could have just let it go anyway, and it would have just gone into the drain. But I didn't. You still don't want to do that. Still messy.
Water fucking pain. I don't realise. Everyone just takes it for granted, don't they? But yeah, I don't want anything to go fucking wrong with that because it just goes everywhere and anywhere it fucking wants to. Once it goes.
Yeah, totally, mate. I'm completely paranoid about it. Right, I've got damage on my ceiling upstairs where there was a leak upstairs. So now I have leak detectors in like all the bathrooms. I have the new shut off valve. If ever we go away, I always turn the water off. Right, I'm just absolutely, paranoid about it. Like
I had a water incident in my house.
Yeah,
because we've not got an outdoor tap. So we had a hose pipe. One of them ones like it expands when you fill it up.
Yeah,
it's clever, isn't it? It's brilliant.
Yeah,
until the fucker splits in your back room.
Oh,
and there's just water was just going fucking everywhere. I was like, fuck. Thankfully, it was just connected to the bath tap. The downstairs bath tap. So I was like, quickly turn the tap off. And there was just fucking towels everywhere in the back room.
Right.
Oh, what a fucking ball ache.
Yeah, see, it's all down to getting like you can have you could go upstairs into my bedroom and just dump a bucket of water on the floor, right? Yeah, it's going to cause some problems. It's probably going to wreck a little bit of the ceiling underneath. But overall, it's not going to carpet's going to mop up quite a bit of it. You'd survive. If you can't get to it quickly, and you piss out like buckets and buckets and buckets of water. Now
gallons
you're in real
of fucking
trouble,
water
right?
just going everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, seriously, right? Honestly, be ready for your shut-off valve. That's all. If I could give you a piece of advice, that would be it.
That's everyone's job tomorrow when you listen to the podcast.
That's right.
Find your shut-off valve. Know where it is.
Yeah, and you can thank us later. So. So I was pleased with that, and I also put in some wood backings and some clamps and stuff like that, and secured it all so that there's no stress on the pipe when you use the shut-off valve. My kids can now do it. It's great, nice little easy ball valve, full port.
They can fuck with you when you're in the shower. Is that what you're saying?
Well, yeah. I mean, anyone can do that just by flushing a toilet, I think so. So that was good. That to me signified the start of my summer jobs. So now I'm like, it's go time, right? So now I got that done. I can do the drywall and get all the walls repaired. Then I got stuff to do in the garden. So that's the plan. Anyway, hopefully we're on the way.
Well, good luck with all that. Man jobs.
Yeah, thanks.
A bit sexist, but
show content.
There we go. I look forward to the next one.
Okay. So going backwards now, Marty, we forgot the tweets. Marty sent us one. He says, "Good evening, gents. Hope you're both well. My question would be, do you have any other hobbies apart from gaming? I recently bought myself a ukulele to learn how to play. Thank you and much love as ever." Cheers, Marty.
Yeah.
Hobbies, eh?
We should set up a speak pipe so Marty can ukulele a speak pipe in.
We really, really should not do that.
Just send us a recording. We'll find
after he's been at it for a few years, then we're all totally up for
it doesn't take that long to learn a ukulele.
Are you sure?
I don't know. Surely it's harder to learn a guitar.
I tried to learn the ukulele when I was in grade 5.
What's grade 5? How old were you
then? Probably about 10 or 11.
Okay, you weren't interested in impressing ladies then. Obviously, year 10 when you were 10 or 11.
No, but actually,
shredding the ukulele
related. I remember it was grade 5. and my ukulele teacher invited all the ukulele people who were in the ukulele, maybe it was everyone in her class, I don't know, to her house.
This is a bit weird.
No, it's not. And she had an Atari 2600, and I was just like, oh my God, I need one of those in my life big time.
So you didn't get to strum your ukulele in your teacher's house?
I did not. I can tell you, as soon as my eyes saw that Atari 2600 ukulele.
You knew what an Atari was by then, I assume?
I don't think I'd seen an Atari up to that point.
What's the 2600? Is that the wood looking thing with like big?
Yeah, that was the one with the wood looking on it with the cartridges that go in the center of it.
Is that ET? Is that ET?
That's right. Yeah, yeah. So she had Pac-Man. I remember that.
That was the only good game on it.
It was a terrible Pac-Man game. Terrible. Oh, well. There were better games. Definitely better games.
Were there? I feel like most games in those days were a bit shit.
Combat was good fun. Their Defender was all right.
Oh, but I did play a large amount of Defender on my dad's work Commodore PET when he brought it home.
Oh yeah.
He brought that home. Like it was like amber and brown, I guess, was the screen.
Was it? We had Commodore PETs. Screen. Yeah, we had Commodore PETs at my school, but they had green screens.
Was it green? Maybe it was. What was it? I think it was. I swear it was like an amber screen. Maybe that. I don't know. But yeah, like a fucking phone-sized screen on your PC.
It wasn't that small.
Yeah, it wasn't much bigger.
No, any hobbies? Other hobbies?
I don't know. Not really. A bit sad like that.
I don't think I really do. I mean,
you used to curl quite a lot, didn't you?
Yeah, I haven't done that. Part of me is thinking about taking that up again, but I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I've had lots and lots of hobbies. There's always stuff I'm interested in.
DIY is your hobby, isn't it?
DIY is just stuff I have to do anyway. It's not a hobby. I don't actively go out to do it. I've got to do it.
Do you like it though?
Probably my audio stuff. Stereo
buying speakers and doesn't count as a hobby.
DJing and stuff, Yeah, I don't know. There's always stuff to do, always stuff to be interested in.
I can't think really. I don't know. Nah, I'm shit at everything other than I'm not even good at gaming. Let's be honest, but I'm shit at everything.
Yeah, it's not true. I can't stick with hobbies. I like to do hobbies for like a few years, maybe a couple of years, and then I've had enough of it.
Unfortunately, no.
Fish keeping, I did that. I had fish.
Is that a hobby?
I think so. You have to dive in and get on with it. And you're doing stuff with it all the time and learning and reading up. Yeah, for sure. It was a hobby, big time.
Yeah, I don't even read books. So I'd say my hobbies lately are Wordle. Well, not Wordle anymore so much. Quordle, Hurdle, all that shit. I'm doing all them every day. Is that a hobby?
I don't think those count.
That's like a daily job that I do.
It's like a job, I guess. Yeah, that's like saying my DIY is a job then.
Well,
no, those don't count.
No, I'm sorry then. No,
then. Yeah, I'll be curious as to the other stuff I'll get interested in. Something will take my fancy at some point, and I'll deep dive. I don't know, like
watching porn.
No,
that's not a hobby, really, is it?
No, it's a job.
A hand job.
I think it's maybe it's something with being obsessive, like finding something that interests you and then just going full tilt into it. That's what I feel like hobbies.
I don't feel like I've got enough time for any other hobbies.
Yeah, it's not as though you're not doing anything.
Well, it's like I'm not doing anything.
Well, I'm trying to make you feel good about yourself. Okay. Well, if no more hobbies, if we have nothing else to add, then let's move on. Marty, thanks very much. It's good to hear from you. All our love to you as well. Yep. Okay, well then let's move on to what we've been playing. Like we said, it could be a bit of a. I don't know. This should go on for a bit. This section, so
could do. Depends how much we want to talk about stuff.
Let's go back and forth then. Do you want to start?
Okay. I'll briefly mention Halo. There was the temporary playlist thing. I did that for the 2 weeks that it was on. It's like what's it called? Fracture something entrenched. So there's a new. It's it's called Land Grab. Is the game mode you play. So when it's 2 teams of 4, and you start the game, and 3 areas of
I played
the
this
map.
with you.
Did you?
I played. Yeah, I played this game mode.
I'm not sure. No, this is a new mode. This is a new game mode, and we've not played it. So 3 areas.
I played one where there were. Okay.
Right. There's a countdown, and 3 areas of the map are like ABC capture points. Basically, it's not King of the Hill. So what happens is, after the countdown's finished, you have to occupy the areas until the timer ticks down. And once an area is claimed, it disappears. And you've got to basically score 11 points to win the game. So if you capture 11 points, you win. And obviously you have to try and prevent the other team from collecting 11 points. So it's all right. It's it's Halo combat. No restrictions, like all full shields. You start with your assault rifle, pistol, and there's power weapons spawn on the map. The overshield will spawn, or the cloak thing. What's it called? I can't remember what it's called. You go invisible.
I don't know.
Which is super powerful in Halo Infinite.
Right.
Almost to the point it's broken. If you get that, you're practically invisible. It's very difficult to see them. So yeah, it's kind of cool, but there's a mini season pass on that thing with 30 levels, and a little bit maybe poor taste in my opinion. It looks a little bit Nazi soldiery, like some of the helmets and stuff, and a bit like not sure that's a good look. Be honest,
not really a good look.
Not really. I'm not too enamoured in trying to get that Nazi looking helmet, but I don't know, maybe some people are into that. But yeah, that was up until Tuesday, and then I still play every day to get my whatever it is on my not Game Pass quest, my PC gaming quest, to get my points to pay for my Game Pass for nothing. So yeah, it's fun at times, but other times, like the more time goes by, the people that are playing Halo are like the good people. There's more and more good people playing. Well, you come across more and more of the good people because they're the ones left playing Halo. I feel like the casuals are dropping off gradually every week. So when people like me play, I'm like, fucking hell, I just get my ass kicked every fucking 2 seconds. And I'm like, I feel like sometimes it's like, are they cheating? Because it feels like they're cheating, because I'm literally dying instantly walking around corners and stuff like that in Call of Duty. So it's getting less and less fun. So I might need to find a new game for my multiplayer.
Yeah.
But multiplayer games aren't supposed to be fun, are they?
We had that this week. We played a few ranked games. Were they ranked games? I think we 5 stacked. Like we had a full team of 5 in Valorant. And so the matchmaking, I don't think is as quick, right? Because it tries to match you with another 5 stack.
5, yeah.
And I think we ended up in a fight against a 5 stack who had like platinum players and whatnot, and like it was just wrong.
It's just brutal, isn't it?
It's just clinical, right? They headshot you as soon as you.
They know exactly where to aim, where people's heads are likely to be when they pop around corners. They're like already tracked on that corner.
Yeah,
like the exact point a head's going to be.
Right.
Unless they're crouched or whatever when they walk in the counter. And if they do, they're just down there, just go, doop, bang. Just ping you straight in the head. You're like, oh.
It was driving me bonkers.
Even with like the Halo shields, like there's times I've just been like, I'm getting like double melee attacked, and I'm like, how the fuck are you killing me that quick? Like 2 melee attacks. I've literally had time to like shoot a few rounds and do a single melee attack, and you've meleeed me twice, and that's enough to kill you in Halo. And I'm like, fuck's sake. I was like, are you fucking cheating, or am I lagging like a fuck? But, yeah. So yeah, I might have to start playing, I don't know, Forza Horizon for like 20 minutes. Just less depressing.
Yeah, that's one of the.
I've got some coinage involved in Halo. I've got some coinage at stake. I haven't paid for the new season pass, but normal game modes seem fine. It's just all of the fucking special game modes, whatever they are. It's just full of like hardcore, proper tryhards, and you're like, ugh.
Were we not those tryhards back in the day?
No, I don't think I've ever been that good at Halo. This is the most I've ever played Halo, I think, and I used to play quite a bit when it was like Halo 2, and I bet I've never been a super hardcore player.
Right.
But, I played a lot of Call of Duty in the days, but I was definitely not one of the good people. I'd play with a load of people, and they were just like really good, and I was just hanging on their coattails. But
do we know what are the numbers like for?
I don't know.
Player base.
No idea.
It must be half decent, right, for Halo.
I don't take me that long to get a game usually, and when it does take a while, it feels like it's fucked up. It's like someone, like people have joined a queue and then left, and things like that. So generally, it doesn't seem to take that long to matchmake. From that point of view, it's all right, but it's getting hard now. It's hard to have fun when everyone's really good and you're not.
Yeah, you've got to put the time in, right? That's the.
Yeah, I only literally play 1 or 2 games a day, so I'm not like. I mean, I did have a good sesh the other week. I can't remember what it was on the. I think it was the Last Man Standing. I was like, I've got to grind out a few of these levels on this mini pass, so I played it for a good couple of hours on the hill, but still didn't get very good. That's Halo.
Okay. I will talk about. I'll talk about Borderlands 3 because I did play that. It's more Borderlands, isn't it? I played Borderlands back in the day, and I was like, I mean, I quite liked it. I played it, jumped into it, and played it for a while, and I was enjoying the fighting. I'm going to play more. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, I don't know. It just seems like it's Borderlands. I don't know. I can't tell if it's doing anything super or better than the original
Borderlands 2. Did you play 1 or 2?
I don't think I played 2.
See, I didn't play 1. I played quite a bit of 2. I never finished it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even remember how much I played.
Like, I jumped into it and I could see the production value is amazing. It's really slick. All the characters obviously are really good characters. I guess I couldn't get past all that stuff quick enough. I was like, get me to the fighting, please. Kept trying to, I just want to go in and shoot stuff.
With magic guns.
With magic guns and stuff like that. So that was a little bit. Actually, I suppose my experience was like a bit odd. I need to go back to it. I need to go back to it because I spent the first sort of 10 to 15 minutes just trying to get through this cutscenes and do basically the tutorials, like, right, this is how you traverse, this is how you open a door, this is how you crouch, whatever. And then by the time I was just getting into fighting was when Sway came in and started laying waste to everything. Yeah, but I did enjoy the gunplay. I did enjoy.
You play a mouse and keyboard on a PC, or are you playing?
Yeah, I started with the controller, and within a minute I was like, forget it. No, like, I want to shoot things and I want to shoot them in the head, and I want to be like, if it's important shooting, there's no way I'm going to use a gamepad or a joystick or whatever.
I don't know. See, I swear the people who are playing in controllers in Halo are almost at an advantage, I think. Feels like to me. I don't know.
Right.
That's just the way I'm feeling.
Right. But this isn't PvP anyway, right?
No, that's the thing.
So, but I don't want to. I don't. I might as well use it to keep my eye in on the mouse and keyboard. So anyway, yeah. So I think I need to get back in, and then I did straight away get overwhelmed with picking up weapons, and then I remembered what Pilch said. He was like, just don't try and use everything that you come across. Just get to some guns and stick with it. So I think I stayed with the basic pistol, and then tried to find something that complemented that quite nice. I had a shotgun, some sort of energy shotgun or whatever it was, which I didn't really like, and a sniper rifle, but that was no good. So I think I need some sort of decent assault rifle, or a battle rifle would be good.
Yeah.
There was tons going on, lots to take in. But yeah, it seemed very slick and whatever. So hopefully I'll jump back and play some more of that. But that's Borderlands 3.
What are we going on to next?
I don't know.
We're going to me then.
Sure.
Right. Well, I spent a large chunk of the last week playing this next game. I've been playing Horizon Zero Dawn on my PS5. Not Horizon Forbidden West.
We've had this conversation.
Yeah, I'm still chugging away at Horizon Zero Dawn. How can I say it? I like it. I enjoy the combat most of the time. Apart from when I die. That's quite annoying. I don't know how much I've done of the story. I don't know how much I've played, to be honest. It looks nice on my PS5. I don't know what they've done with it versus the PS4 version. I think it looks better than it does on the PS4. I've progressed quite a long way into finding out what a Zero Dawn is, and that's where I am in the story.
I think that's a lot farther than I got.
Yeah, it's a lot further than I ever got before. But the thing with this is, I just picked up from where I left off, playing it on PS4, which I obviously couldn't remember a fucking thing that I'd done before. And there's this bit in the skill tree. It's not a tree, but the skills that you unlock. Mm-hmm. There's a thing about mounts. Right, so this whole time I've been playing it on my PS5, I've been running around everywhere. Hey, Lord, by the way. I don't know if I'm missing something. I feel like I've done a lot of this game. I'm like, should I be able to ride a fucking one of these robots by now? I don't know. There's all this stuff about mounts, like I say, like riding the robots to get around. Like, I haven't done it once. So I'm just like running fucking everywhere.
Which isn't so bad if there's lots of stuff to do.
There's lots of stuff to pick up.
Right? Yeah.
Like there's a tree that I need to pick up to make arrows, and there's like some herbs to make me heal me and stuff like that. I quite like the healing mechanic actually. Like if you can see on the screen, there's like 3 green crosses underneath. Like the green bar is how much like health resource you've got, and if you've got like green pluses underneath it, you've got like extra bars basically to go through, and your red bar is your actual health bar. So you can pick up a load of stuff to like keep you healed, or keep you alive during combat. But it does take a moment to activate that healing mechanic. And there's also healing potions which can instantly heal you up to like full health and stuff like that, which you have to craft with other ingredients and stuff like that. So it's got a bit less laborious, or like it's more rewarding to go and think, I need to get this shit because it's going to help me out. There's a point to picking all that stuff up. And yeah, the bow and arrow does feel good, and I know when I
get that sort of like that's its bread and butter though.
That is the bread and butter. It is the bow and arrow, but it does feel nice. And like I still can't quite get my head around how this was. Like, people were raving about the story, and I'm like, I really don't fucking care. And through any cutscenes, I'm like, usually like, I'll read it and click and I click and I click, and sometimes they go on for fucking ages. And I'm not that bothered about the story. I'm like the whole big story I'm interested in, but the minute details of the fucking conversations, I'm like, fuck off, I don't really care. I'm not really missing anything here. I just want to fucking get on with it. Maybe that's just because I want to get on to the next one, because maybe I'll be a bit more bothered about the next one, because that's the one I really want to play, but I want to get through this before I fucking get to that.
I don't know. I think there's a little bit of, we're too old. We don't have time for that sort of nonsense anymore. Plus, there's so much gaming to be done. I think it's a combination of a couple of things like that.
Yeah. I'm already spending a lot of time picking up trees, picking up fucking herbs, picking up some fucking root of some other tree or whatever. I ain't got time to be listening to your bullshit. Just fucking get on with it. Pick up the pace. Let's go. Give me more things to shoot, and let's get to find out the big points of the story rather than like, oh, this person did this and this person did that. I don't really fucking care.
No, if I wanted a story, I'd go read a book.
Yeah. So, but you know, like the actual cutscenes, I don't know. They're just a bit wooden, a bit weird to me. So I don't know what the whole fuss was about from that point of view with people, but not really for me, story-wise. But the action is good, and I am looking forward to getting it done and moving on to the next one, an actual PS5 game, which had a big update yesterday. Okay. A slight segue, I guess. There was the state of play yesterday about the PlayStation state of play, and they did have some videos of some upcoming games. They did announce that Spider-Man is coming to PC, even not PS5, because it's already on PS5, which I know is good for people who didn't know whether they wanted to buy a PS5 because they wanted Spider-Man, or a PS4 because it's on both. So yeah, there was some load of VR stuff. Resident Evil Village is going to be in VR on PS5.
Yeah, I watched the start of it, so obviously I saw the Resident Evil 4
remake. That's coming to everything. That is coming to everything, not just PS.
Which a part of me could get very excited for it and go, amazing, yeah, wonderful. I mean, one of Resident Evil 4's biggest fans. But another part of me is just like, well, don't really want to play. I'm not hankering to play it again anytime soon.
Yeah, but it's not. You're not playing it again because it's going to be a remake. It's like the Resident Evil 2 remake. Did you play that?
Yes.
Did you like that a lot more than Resident Evil 2? Probably.
But I didn't. I didn't know Resident Evil 2 very well, so playing it again was good. But Resident Evil 4, I don't know if I'm ready for a remake. That is
a lot of people's favourite Resident Evil, isn't it? It's a bit risky remaking that game because
I'm sure they'll do all right. Maybe they won't. So. That'll be interesting to see.
Well, 3 didn't go down that well, did it? The remake of 3 didn't go down as well as the remake of 2.
True.
I don't know if there was much love for Resident Evil 3, though, to be honest. Resident Evil 2 was a big thing, I guess.
Yeah.
And same 4 is just huge. So they can't really fuck that up. They better not fuck it up.
Don't be so sure. Don't be so sure. Never say never. Not in this industry.
What else was there? Resident Evil 8 in VR. I know that's similar to 7. I know people who played 7 in VR who could handle it really loved it in VR because it's even more fucking intense and scary than it was not in VR. So that could be good for people who like that sort of thing. This is all PSVR 2 though, which is another fucking however much that's going to be when it comes out. But I guess the big thing was Final Fantasy 16 got a trailer at the end.
I didn't see that.
That looked. Oh, Street Fighter 6 looked fucking pretty mental. I got to be honest. Not really a big Street Fighter guy, but that did look pretty fucking cool. But that, like I say, that's coming to everything. But Final Fantasy 16 was the big end of the show thing. That had a big trailer. looked fucking bananas. But there we go. Looked amazing and bonkers as Final Fantasy is. But I'm not really a Final Fantasy guy, but I was like, ooh, that looks like a big step up from 15. So be interested to see how that goes.
I saw a clip of, I was watching the clip of Resident Evil Village. And I don't think I've seen any gameplay or any trailers of that before. I just know of it, but I was just like, I'll play it.
You just know the big vampire woman, surely.
Yes, I've heard her. Yeah, I keep hearing her mentioned anyway. I saw some clips of her and I was just like, I need to play this.
There's going to be some right perv in that on VR, isn't there?
Yeah, I need to go. I need to play this. She looks amazing.
She's gigantic. She's like 9 foot tall or something.
Super. I'm all up for that.
But you're at a big risk. You played 7?
Yes.
And finished.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you should play 8 then. Or Village,
I will.
Whatever you want to call it. And you should probably play 4 Remake as well, won't you? You'll play.
I will. I'm sure I will at some point.
When it comes to Game Pass.
Yeah. When it's $5 on Steam, but 5 years.
That's going to be a while. Mate, if it's at a PlayStation showcase, that's going to be buckaroonies when that comes out.
Yeah. Oh well.
Anyway, that was that segue done.
All right. Is that Horizon
Talking of vampires.
Dawn?
Should we talk about vampires?
Let's get. Well, both you and I got Vampire Survivors, and we can go a nice deep dive into that.
Do we do that at the end then, or do you want to do it?
Let's do it. Let's do it at the end.
Okay.
I got 2 here. I can go through pretty quick. Immortals: Phoenix Rising. I sat down, played some more of that. I turned it on, and it was quick play. And so I'd stopped just before this dungeon, or part of what is, it's not really a dungeon, but it is a dungeon. It's a sort of this dungeon you're going through. Basically, you go through these big doors into this huge area, and you have to fight this Minotaur. And he's hard as nails. And I went in there and I started firing some arrows at him and realized that I wasn't doing much damage. And then he swiped me a couple of times and really knocked my health down like 80% or something like that. I was like, oh shoot, maybe I'm batting way above my average here. This is not good. But then I started to sort of sit back and started plonking some arrows and down some potions, which I'd never done before, even though I'd made them and had them in my inventory, like defense potions and attack potions, right? So I buffed everything and was doing, jumped up from like 100 damage to 138 damage per arrow. And I was ticking to start to tick him down, right? I thought, okay, look, just settle in and just go for the war of attrition, which is I've had to do a couple of times against some things in this, right? Just take your time, realize that you're in this for the long haul, and you can do him, right? Just get at it. So I did. I just took my time, and I was, playing chase me around these, or catch me or whatever, right around these big towers, so that he couldn't like run at me and trying to keep his attack suppressed, and then just duck out and hit him with 3 or 4 arrows and then run away again. Anyway, I finally killed him. I was like, sweet, that's done. And then I walked out, and I guess I walked into the part that triggers the next area, and it went, cannot save. You need to reload. And it's done this to me 3 or 4 times now with the quick save, but no time before has it done it when I've got something like that under my belt. So I basically lost that fight.
That's shit.
It's really shit. This game, I can't believe that there's some of the.
This is a fucking Ubisoft game. How can it be janky like that?
I don't know. Like, I had that problem with it freezing before, which seems to have resolved itself. And now this, and I was like, I was annoyed, right? I was more annoyed at myself because I've had the problems with the quick save. Anyway, that will not happen again. As soon as I finish playing the game now, I shut it down. Right? No more quick save.
Hang on, can't you? You got quick resume and all that bollocks, haven't you?
Yeah, that's what's causing the problem. There's some conflict with the quick resume that it loses its save state or something like
that. Is
it
like an online connected game?
I think so. Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, the simple fix is just not to, is to start it up as a fresh every time I'm going to sit down and play.
So actually shut the game down rather than leave it in suspend.
Yeah, don't quick resume it. So I nearly uninstalled it. I was pissed. I was like, oh yeah. But I think I can go do them again. The game is good. The game is good. I don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater, as they say, right? So, I'll go back. I'll swallow my pride, and I'll go back, and I'll take on that Minotaur again because I want to get through the dungeon. It's pretty cool. So that was a bit annoying, but I did sit down and enjoy it. Every time I sit down and play a little bit of it, I really enjoy it. Like it's my nice. Let's call it my triple. Is it a AAA title? It's a AAA title, right? I call it my
a double A. I reckon. So it's not a major. It's not Assassin's Creed, is it?
No, it definitely. Well, no, but it's all right. It's still all right. It's a big bag of okay. So there's that. So I'll get back to that, and then staying on. Actually, I'll run through these next two because with my new internet, I can download games pretty quick, which has been wonderful. So I can just sit down and go, I fancy playing something. So I downloaded Infernax, which actually is only about 200 meg anyway.
Yeah,
so
I could download that really quickly.
You could download. Yeah. That game I played for a little bit today. Basically, if you like old school crappy Castlevania, like where you're just sort of like 16-bit shuffling through and whipping things to death. It looks like this could be right up your alley. It's a little bit on the gruesome side, which sounds odd to say, but there have been a couple of points where I've been like, that's pretty grim, actually, what they're. But they give you a warning as well at the start. They go that it's not for kids, right? Yeah, so it's like, but I don't.
It can only be so gruesome in this like 16-bit style.
Well, but it's just like you come across this one bit where like this guy at the start, like, and then the graphic of him is pretty grim, right?
Was it like a full screen like pixel art image
picture, pixel art image of him? Okay. Yeah, with all his head smashed in and stuff like that. It's like, I mean, sure, I guess. I don't know. Like a part of me was like,
That's so like I remember seeing like when I had a Commodore 64, I get the magazines. There was a game called Dracula. It was all like brutal, like still image of like vampire stuff. But back in those days, it was like whoa. So it was like 8-bit. Nowadays, you'd be like, see worse in the fucking newspaper.
Well, yeah, this is true. I don't know. I suppose with me, it's just a question of, well, that seems. I guess maybe it's just the way you want to do it, right? I mean, maybe that's the edge of the game, right? It's not. It's obviously. I don't want to play the game down, or make the making of the game. Like I'm sure whoever's poured their heart and soul into it or whatever. I guess.
So is this a roguelike, or is it just like a fucking Castlevania, right? Like a Metroidvania?
I've seen nothing to indicate that it's a roguelike. Like it's just, I could just keep going, die, and go back to your last save point.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's just the flavor.
Thing is, this like these are almost 10 a penny. These kind of games, aren't they? These like retro-looking Metroidvania, Castlevania, whatever platform style things, pixel art. Needs to be a bit special to stand out.
Right. And I was going to say
Dead Cells is and that was one like that's a roguelike as well, but that definitely has a style and like the combat's great and all that sort of stuff. And Celeste, people used to like raved about Celeste. I never really played. I haven't played Celeste, but I know that's really highly rated.
Yeah, I played quite a bit of that. It was cool. But like you say, maybe that's to say they're 10 a penny, and I guess this is the edge that they want on this game. It's fair enough. A little bit of me was like, I couldn't quite rectify it from a marketing point of view. I think was what threw me more than anything else. It was like, well, how did they, surely you narrow your audience down. Is that really what you want to do? But then again, we're talking about it, aren't we? So
yeah, I mean, this is a Game Pass game, isn't it? So this is what get it on Game Pass. People talk about it, and then people buy it potentially if it's good.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks all right. It's
an easy one to check out. Like it's small, download, and just get, and you can pick up and play it, right? And if but
unless
I haven't deleted
something special about it, it's difficult to recommend, isn't it?
I need to play a little bit more of it, but so far it was like I'm not really sure this is going to keep my interest, but we'll see. I haven't, like I say, I haven't deleted it yet. So
I've not heard anything about it really anywhere else. I don't think. There's another one on Game Pass. Skull. I've heard that. I played a bit of that and it was decent, but I think that's got a bit more buzz about it than this.
What was it called?
Skull. SKUL.
Okay, I check that out then. The other Game Pass game I downloaded was Pac-Man Museum.
Oh,
did you hear Chinny talking about this on Veteran Gamers?
Did Chinny talk about it?
Yeah, he did, and he absolutely nailed it, the same as I thought, which was just like, it's crap. I don't know.
See, I played this, but I played it on cloud streaming through my Xbox, and I was like, I was playing like the original Pac-Man arcade, and I was like, it's not fucking going where I want it to. And I was just put it down to the fact that I was playing it on cloud streaming. Then I read a load of people saying about how the input lag is fucking horrendous, and I was like, oh.
It is dreadful. Like literally unplayable. Like I played the first, I don't know what it is. I played the first Pac-Man game. Yeah, it was like, this is not controlling. Like I don't feel like I'm really in control of this game.
Yeah, because I remember, I think I had it on a Commodore 64 probably. Like it would go, say you'd be going left, and like there's a junction up ahead of you, up or down. If you pressed down before you got to the junction, when you got to the junction, it would go down.
Right.
Am I remembering that correctly? That feels like that's how it worked.
I don't know if it was you just pressed down or you had to hold down. I think I played it like you were holding down before you got to the junction to make.
Maybe.
No?
I don't know. I feel like you had to just do it before you got to the end of the road. And it would just go
all
that
I
way.
know, I've been playing Pac-Man since grade 5 at my ukulele teacher's house, right? And I played a lot of the arcade back in the day. You know, I was old enough to be around when that came out and remember it. And the original is fantastic. There's tons of other Pac-Man games in there which are in this arcade, which are not good games. There's no real reason why you should want to play them. There may be a couple chucked in there, like Championship Edition is good. There's the arcade, recent arcade.
Endless 256. That was all right.
Yeah, I guess. But it's just flogging that horse, right? I mean, but regardless of flogging the horse, it shouldn't feel that bad to play. Like it should at least I should have been like, these games are not very good games. But instead I'm like, this is almost unplayable. That is bonkers unplayable on this. And I don't remember.
There's no excuse for that, is there, on a modern piece of hardware?
No, it'd be interesting because I don't think I've played, I can't recall playing the original Pac-Man on an Xbox at any other time before. So it'd be interesting to go on that, because I don't think I got to unlocking Championship Edition, if that's on there. I think Chinny said it was on there.
Oh, you have to unlock other arcades, do you?
Yeah, you have to play a machine twice to
unlock. It's always a fucking museum. Machine. That's not how museums work.
Yeah,
I don't have to go and look at fucking Mona Lisa before I can go and look at Starry Night or whatever by Van Gogh, do I?
No. Not
assuming
good.
They're in the same museum.
Yeah, I don't know.
I sounded intelligent there, didn't I? Did I? I knew some art there. That's actual art. I know everyone knows
the Mona Lisa and we know where the Mona Lisa is. The Mona Lisa's at the Louvre, right?
It's got some cream cake on it, hasn't it? Apparently.
Yeah, apparently. It got a bit of a dusting. Anyway, Pac-Man Museum, avoid.
Oh, that's a bummer, isn't it?
Yeah.
Although, I don't know. Who's desperate to play Pac-Man these days, anyway?
I don't know.
No one's desperate to do it, are they? Just like, oh, nostalgia. Nostalgia shit.
I don't know. They seem to make these mistakes, though. Like that Centipede remake was garbage.
Yeah, I didn't play that. That was a freebie, wasn't it? As well.
Yeah, I think that was Game Pass, wasn't
it? It was a Epic job, wasn't it? I think.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right, you want to go on with yours?
Okay, well, I've got one more before we've got the last one. Then I checked out and streamed some Diablo Immortal yesterday, which is the new free-to-play Diablo game.
Okay.
Which people were extremely upset about when they didn't say it was Diablo 4.
Oh.
When it got announced. I don't think I've really played any Diablo. I've played whatever you could play for free of Diablo 3, I think, on Battle.net. From initial impressions were, Immortal, you were a bit closer into the action. I feel like I was a little bit further away from the action on the old Diablo. I don't know. I might just be imagining that. So it's a free-to-play game. And you can play it. It's on PC and mobile. So you can play on your phone, or you can play on the PC. I was playing on my PC. I'm not fucking playing this shit on my phone.
Right.
I am shit at playing these games with a mouse. So it's like you have skills attached to like keys 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then like heal is Q, your ultimates R, and then you click everywhere you want to go on the screen with a mouse. But when I play these games, I completely lose track of where the fucking mouse pointer is. And I end up like facing the wrong direction and fucking attacking and stuff like that. So after about 15, 20 minutes or whatever, I was like, fucking hell, I can't play this like with a mouse and keyboard. Can I play this with a controller? Quick search on the internet, can you play with a controller? Yeah, plug it. And I was like, okay. So literally I was like, I can't be asked to read too much. Plugged in my DualSense PS5 controller, and it says, controller detected instantly. I was like, oh, this is promising. And it had all the PlayStation buttons ready to go. So it wasn't like it was like sometimes you play a PC game with your PlayStation controller and all the buttons are like Xbox versions. So you have to play that mental gymnastics and go, when it says press B, you actually press circle and stuff like that. But, I mean, the buttons are in the same place if you're used to playing with them. So yeah, it all clicked straight away. Playing controller, and I'm like, yeah, now I just press left and I go left and things like that instead of having to click to go left. So I found it much more enjoyable to play with the controller. The buttons were a bit weird for me. Circle is attack, and X is like read and pick up and stuff like that. Which I don't know. When the main thing you're doing all the time is usually X, as far as I'm concerned, on a PlayStation controller, or A on an Xbox controller. Right. And the main thing you're doing in Diablo is fucking attacking stuff. So it was a bit weird to have that on a circle. It's a bit Nintendo.
Was it a bit weird for you to have to press to attack things after playing Vampire Survivors?
Well, no, it's just totally different. It's totally different to that. I mean, this looks like a fucking modern game for one, put it that way.
Yeah.
It's very flashy looking. And there's a battle pass, I guess, is the monetization and cosmetics and stuff like that. But I have started to read some stuff like it's not pay to win, but it's pretty close to pay to win. I'm not got far enough into it to understand the monetization and if it's offensive or not. I'd like to say, I know there's a battle pass. I don't know how much it was. There was stuff I could buy in a shop every day. You get stuff given to you every day you log in, and if you do 7 days in a row, then you get something a bit nicer at the end of it. And this is all still early access at the end of the day. And every time like stuff drops on the floor, you pick it up, and it's like, oh, that's better than what I've got. Make sure I remember to check every time I drop stuff. Stomach drops on the floor that I've picked up. Is it better than what I'm wearing? Because I played the first day or whatever it was available, I got a fancy costume. So it doesn't matter what I'm wearing in terms of numbers wise. I always look cool. Or like cool for the person who was like, oh, look at that delivery. Couple of buns. Just got delivered to Fraser. Nice. So I'm not a Diablo expert. It was completely enjoyable as far as I was concerned. If you're into that kind of plodding along, just fucking go wherever it tells you to go, mash the button a bit to fucking kill some enemies. Got some cool like special abilities. I played as a barbarian. There's like 5 classes. So there's a barbarian, like a rogue type character, I guess, like that shoots bows and like crossbows. There was a necromancer who uses like gets people to rise from the dead and all that stuff. There's 5. I don't know. The Diablo classes, whatever. So it's free to play. It seems fine to me, but I did like just progressing through the main bit of story, and then you get to a point where you have to go into a dungeon, and it's like, do you want to match make? I was like, nah, fuck it, I'll just do it on my own. And I did it. It wasn't that hard. Potentially, I guess it gets harder than that. I don't know, there may be options to make these dungeons harder. There's stuff telling you, what is it? You're in the one of the maps. It's almost like an open world, but there's regions of the map where it's just sort of like, if you're level 30, then don't go into the area that says it's level 60. Yeah, because you'll just get your ass kicked. I don't even know if it's possible, to be honest, to go into areas, because you click on it usually to go into that area. But yeah, it looks nice. Loads of numbers kicking off everywhere. I don't know if I've actually died in the stage that I've got to, but seems okay at the moment. Pretty non-offensive at the moment, but I don't know. I might be talking out my arse. It might be horrendous. It might get to a point where it's like, yeah, now you have to start paying some money to, like Diablo was a bit like the Diablo 3 was like, you played loads of it for nothing, and then it's like, now you have to buy the game if you want to get past level 30 or whatever.
Right. But people love that game though. Like, yeah, I suffered years at Game Punchers with John and Steve quoting Diablo 3 all the time. Like, I never played Diablo, so it always sounded like people who played it had a lot of fun playing it.
Yeah.
You know, there was a lot of stuff to collect and a lot of things to do, and
yeah. Whatever. I mean, it's like I say, this like every time you kill a big enemy, fucking stuff just drops all over the floor, and you're picking up gold, and you're picking up like bits of armor or weapons and stuff. So it seems fun if you like that kind of thing. I don't mind it. It's sort of like I can just sit back and just button mash a bit, and like say the extra abilities you pick up, and you can only have 4 active at once. So like I picked up a sprint. I was like, well, I ain't using that. I'm not going to use a sprint. At the time, I was running through going, I could do with being able to run a bit quicker here. But then the end of it was like, when it gave me the option to have a sprint and I had to replace one of my cool weapons, I was like, well, I ain't fucking doing that, am I? I'm going to have that big fuck off hammer slam that just does this massive area of effect damage when I slam it down, rather than be able to run a bit quicker for a little while. So I don't know. Yeah. I don't know what's offensive about it yet, but I'm sure someone will tell me. I'll read somewhere what the bad things are about it.
Well, it's going to be one of those IPs where you're not going to be able to avoid people that seeing the reports of people's ire, right, with stuff that they don't like. It's like Star Wars, like all these big IPs. As soon as there's something that the rabid fan base can get their teeth into, you're going to know about it. But my concern would be the fact that it is a free to play, right? So where are they going to get you?
Well, like I said, there is a battle pass, which is all cosmetic based, it would seem to me. There is a free version and a paid version. I don't know what the obnoxious part of it is, where I could say that I've started to see things about, it's not pay to win, but it might as well be. I'm like, is there PvP in this game? Because I don't know. I've not come across that yet. So
I don't mind paying to win.
There's loads of people running around in the world. Like when I'm playing, I can see other people running around and stuff like that. I don't know if
other people are there, right? So it is,
but they're not affecting my instance exactly. I don't think. Well, are they? I can't. Yeah, maybe they are. But like there's a treasure chest. I open a treasure chest. It doesn't it's not like they come along and nick all my stuff. I get to pick up all of that shit. And if I kill an enemy, I get to pick up the stuff. I think I don't really know. Like I say, there's people running around, but I don't know how much we're really interacting. Because I've got a mission, say, to kill a boss. They can't. If they kill the boss, I don't think I've killed that boss. I think it just sort of happens in the same space, but I've still got to do the job. As far as I can tell, but right. And I don't necessarily think I can see everything that they can see, as same that I assume they can't see. Like the minions, I think we can all affect at the same time, but proper story boss type stuff, I don't think we can interact as it. But you can still see them about. But yeah, so I don't know. I might play a bit more, see how it goes. Like I say, at the end of the day, it's free at the minute. So
right.
Well, it is a free to play game with macro transactions in it. So
it'll be interesting to see how they get on with that, whether it lives up to. I haven't really paid any attention to it, but I'm sure there was a lot of hype, right? So,
well, people are desperate for Diablo 4, and then they announced this as a mobile game, and everyone's like, "For fuck's sake, fuck off!"
That's not what. Yeah, that's not what we wanted. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it came to PC anyway, so it's like, I'm not invested in the history of the story, and there is. I'm just following the every time it says go and do this, I go and do that. It's like it's a bit like Horizon Zero Dawn. I'm like, whatever. Not too bothered about what the main story arc is or what the minor story points are. But basically, you're battling fucking the devil, aren't you? At the end of it, isn't that the whole point of Diablo?
I would think so. That he's got to have some sort of presence.
So
one of the Diablo family.
Yeah. Is there more than one?
What's the point in battling him if he's immortal?
You get cool loot.
That's the how they get you. You can never defeat him, so you just keep pumping the money in.
Yeah, we'll see. Like I say, there's battle pass. Other than that, there's a shop. You know, I'm not being funny. People paying like 40 quid for a knife skin in Valorant, aren't they?
Yep.
So there's obnoxious obnoxious monetization, and there's obnoxious monetization. So depends what variant of it is in this game. So seems okay to me so far initially, but I've only played it for an hour.
Okay. I have one more actually to get in before Vampire Survivors, which is Trek to Yomi.
Okay.
A few people have been talking about this here and there, so I thought I'd give that a go. Do you know what this game reminded me of? It reminded me of old school beat 'em ups like Way of the Exploding Fist, or what were some of the other good ones?
It looks a lot nicer than that.
It does look a lot nicer than this. So basically this thing, I mean, I don't really know how to. You basically start this game. It's really, really well made in terms of how it looks. They've done a fantastic job with utilizing like a bit of blur effect, a little bit of tilt shifting, a little bit of black and white,
film grain,
yeah, all that sort of stuff. Whatever it is, they've done it really well. And so, and it's all based around old time Japan, where you have your sensei and he teaches you at the start. You're having a lesson with your sensei where he's going through the basics of combat with you, and then all hell breaks loose.
Yeah.
That's your tutorial, and then all hell breaks loose, and you start to sort of run out of your dojo and then down through the streets. And all the way through, your fights are, I mean, it doesn't matter. It's sort of like this. It's like that Final Fantasy thing where you're running through the streets, right? But really, at the end of the day, no matter, all combat is still the same, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this one does it the same. Like, no matter where you run, it does seem like you're running and moving stuff and going to different areas, but actually when you ever have a fight, it's still just a left versus right face off.
It's just a 2D sword battle, basically.
Right. So it's sort of like a Street Fighter, like a whatever, in that sort of combat sense, unless something changes coming up that I haven't seen. But so far, it's been like that. And you have, press X to hit, press LB to defend. If you defend at the right time, you parry, and then you can get in some extra swings. You have a light attack, a hard attack, a quick way to turn because you can get attacked from behind. And it does a good job of if someone is attacking you from behind and you parry at the right, if you do an extra parry, an extra block, you'll automatically parry the guy behind you or something. So I don't know. It seems pretty good. I didn't think it was that. I don't know. Am I even going to go back to it? I really doubt I'm going back to it. That's the problem.
I haven't been back to it since I played it for however long I played. I played it one session. And I was like, this looks really cool, but feels a bit shit.
Yeah.
So it was like the combat is only meh. It's like it needs, if it had, I don't know, a little bit of something extra in the combat where, like, as much as it would fucking piss people off, if it was a little bit harder, a little bit more, or if you had a few more moves, like a dodge or something, I don't know. It feels just like you've got to, because if all you do is stand there and block, you just run out of stamina and you get staggered and they fucking kill you. Because everyone dies in 1 or 2 hits, including you, basically. Unless you, as long as the further you go, you get more health bar, so you can take a few more hits. But yeah, it was like it's got a great atmosphere. It looks fucking incredible. Like I'm seeing at the screen at the minute, like the camera shot is like in the really close foreground. You've got like leaves flowing across like the camera, but it like all the action is like a little far away off and stuff like that. So it's all really shot like a film almost at times, and then you get into the side-on combat, and that's just where it kind of falls apart. It's just not that great. Can't quite put my finger on what it is. It just doesn't feel that good.
I think we're a tough crowd, and so a game like this, I think it deserves like people to like it. But I think we're a tough crowd. I
liked it, but it was just a bit.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, all right. Well, we're both.
I know it's not that long. I feel like I could. What happened with me is I got to a point where I actually just kept fucking dying, and I was like, I really can't be asked. The combat's not that intriguing to me to fucking persevere and get through this fucking fight. I'm just like,
I got annoyed with the blocking. I was like, this blocking doesn't seem to work. Like I had it down for a few fights, and then I got killed, and I was like, ugh.
Yeah. Bummer.
Yeah. Anyway, that's Trek to Yomi then.
Probably never hear about it again on this podcast. So there we go. Maybe, you never know.
That's done and out of the way. Did Pilch play it? He must have tried it.
He tries everything on Game Pass, so he must have played it for at least 30 seconds.
I don't think he would stick with that.
No, as soon as he started talking in Japanese, that would have been him done. Like I say, the style of it's really cool. But yeah, you've got to just be able to persevere with that meh combat to get through it. So
yeah. Okay, well, let's move on then to the main event and the final game. Which bizarrely, we've just had a note in the Discord which says from John Mouse, who said he started playing it, and he's posted a screenshot. He got 8 minutes in.
Oh, mate, you got some work to do, John Mouse.
I don't know. I didn't fare much better today, I can tell you.
I have not matched my massive 32 minutes or whatever it was. 32 minutes, 24 seconds I managed. I was like, that's fucking impressive as far as I'm concerned.
There is something special happens at 33. Something gets unlocked.
Oh, don't tell me that.
But here's what I've been focusing on. So You have to play catch up. We have talked about Vampire. You need to play it. Just go play it on PC. Go buy it on Steam and play it.
It's like £2.09 on Steam.
Go play
or it's on Game Pass.
Yeah, and join the conversation, or go play it and then come back and listen to the previous podcasts too. Yeah, I haven't been able to put this down again this week. Although no, I can put it down. That's wrong. I can definitely put it down. I usually play one game, maybe two, depending on how long they went for.
Well, I've got 15 minutes. I might only last 15 minutes. It's like
I was a bit ragey earlier, but then actually I was very hungry too and tired. So it just brings out it was bringing the rage out in me earlier, but only because I was frustrated because so check this out here, and this is what I discovered today, because I'm trying to be true here. And I hope you're doing the same. I'm not trying to read anything about this. I'm just trying to discover.
No, I've not.
Right, okay.
Read anything anyway.
But we can share.
I literally, what did I tell you? I was like, was I reading Steam reviews? No, it wasn't Steam reviews. I was looking at something, and it was just like, I'd see something, I'd be like, don't want to see that. Skip past, quickly scroll past that. Don't want to see that.
So I'm the same. But I don't mind sharing bits and pieces here and tips. So, excuse me, you didn't talk enough there. I was trying to squeeze in.
Sorry, I should have. I've been quite good at picking up when you're munching and just been waffling, but I've missed that one. I was a bit. I wasn't really watching the screen.
I sent my wife a text message saying that I would be finished soon, but it was too late. She'd already got the burgers on the go. They're very good too. She's actually making. I think it's something nice about a burger when someone else makes it.
I had an amazing burger down the pub the other night.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it was late, and it was about I didn't eat till about 9 o'clock, and it was just like my wife was like, "Do you want a burger?" I was like, "Yeah, I want a burger. I don't really need a burger, but I want a burger now." It was fucking amazing.
That's good.
It was filthy. Got grease running down my fingers, and it was gross. But it's lovely.
Yeah, nice. No, that's what you need. Nice greasy burger. So anyway, yeah, I've continued playing this. I've unlocked loads of characters, or loads more. I've unlocked a few extra abilities. I mean, I've enjoyed the last couple of days playing some of the characters and seeing some of the new stuff.
Have you enjoyed some of the new characters? Because I've got some characters and I'm like, I'm not enjoying this in the slightest. This character seems total shit. I don't understand what I've got to do here to make this character good. Have you unlocked the cat character?
No, I haven't unlocked the cat character.
I was like, what the fuck is this about? Have you unlocked
the wagon? The wagon character. That was.
Oh, I haven't had the wagon.
Oh, I had a great run with the wagon character the other day. All right, so it's super entertaining from that point of view. That there is a lot of stuff in here, to do. But anyway, so check out this. Okay, so this is what I've been doing the last couple of days, and it's really So I'm at the stage where I can have 12 power-ups, right?
Ooh.
If you look at all the abilities that you can pick up and choose from every time.
Okay, yeah.
Right? Yeah. There's 12. But I realized on stage 1 that when you hit the map, and not everybody will have the map, right?
No, you have to unlock the map.
Yeah. That scattered around there's also some pickups, right? There's also power-up pickup. There's also a heart pickup. There's a clover pickup. There's a red heart pickup. And I think there's a skull.
There's some spinach leaves.
Yeah, the spinach leaves are the power-ups, yeah.
Yeah, so that increases power.
Right. So I was like, well, what happens if I've got all my pickups? I've already filled all my 12 already. And now I go to the pickup. And it turns out you can fill the 12 and then you can go pick those up, right? And so you can get yourself an extra 3 or 4 abilities. And I was like,
I found this out.
Right. And I was like, okay, all right, that's what I need to do then. So I've spent the last couple of days, every run on stage 1, trying to, or making my way up to the first pickup, which I think I usually go north to the Black Heart. But I can't pick it up straight away, because if I pick it up straight away, you've got to be in
the area ready to pick it up once you've leveled.
I've just got to be in the area ready to pick it up once I've filled all my 12 pickups. The problem is, and this is what I've suddenly realized, is that I'll hang around until I get those 12. First of all, waiting for the 12 pickups and trying to choose ones that aren't in the area that you're going to pick up later delays you in that area. And then by the time you finally pick it up, then you've got a boogie dead. Now you got to motor it to the other ones, right? So hopefully you've picked up speed boosts. And then I motor it down and I pick up another one. But then somehow in the process of doing that, it really has unbalanced my game.
You already must be quite deep into it by the time you start picking those up, aren't you?
Yeah, but every time I'm getting overpowered and I'm not getting past like the 20-minute mark or earlier.
Are you still garlicking?
No, like my last run, it didn't garlic me, and I think that really screwed me up.
See, you were watching me because I was like, I'd seen something that I hadn't seen something. I'd heard a guy talking about this on another podcast. I was listening to DLC podcast, which is Jeff Kanata, Christian Spicer, and a guest usually. If anyone's interested, I don't listen all the time. It's not for everyone. They're far too positive generally for most people. But, yeah, bit gross. But he's been banging on about this game, and he was going on a few weeks ago. He was going on about garlic, and then the next and then he was also saying everyone else is telling me that garlic is garbage, but garlic's amazing because basically garlic gives you like a force field around you, doesn't it? And anything that hits it, it's not. It takes damage, but also it gets pushed away from you at the same time.
Right.
And it seems super powerful until you find some other stuff that's even more powerful.
Yeah.
So, like, I managed the 32 minutes 24, because basically what happens at 30 minutes, as I said when I first talked about this, is you get to 30 minutes and then this fucking super boss comes in, goes straight for you, and if you make it past 3 seconds, you've done well, basically, haven't you? He just completely decimates you, no matter what power-ups you seem to have, until you suss it. You get your head together and you're like, oh, hang on, if I do this, maybe you won't be able to do that.
Mm.
And that's what I did, because I went for a completely non-garlic run.
Is that the run I saw you?
You were watching me. I don't know if you watched my 32.
I don't know if I watched that
me
one.
You got good 30 seconds or a minute past 30 minutes.
Well, you had the Lancer, right?
I had the Clock Lancet power, which basically there's like a line that goes around you, like it shoots up at like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, blah, 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 as it goes round you in a circle. And when it hits things, sometimes it will freeze them in time. As you upgrade it to like level 8, basically it fucking freezes things every single time it hits them. So when the big fuck off boss comes rushing towards you, if your clock is points at him, freezes him where he is, and you can run away a bit and fucking survive a bit longer, and all of your other powers are like fucking kicking off trying to kill it. Because once that boss spawns in, all the other enemies disappear, and it's just that boss. But what happens then, spoilers, is if you don't kill him, another one of them fuckers turns up, and then another one. And I got to the point where there were 3 of them, and they killed me at 32-24. I was like, fuck.
Yeah. I had a run where the second one came in. I think Mark was watching me on that run, if I remember correctly. And I was like holding out, doing really well, holding him out. And then the second one came and just ate me.
I was like, I'm fucking doing it. And then I fucking died. But, so, there's the keys, like, what happens, like, you'll upgrade your weapons. Like, there's things you pick up, like your weapons, your knife, the magic wand, which the magic wand shoots at the nearest enemy. When you first pick it up, it shoots like one thing at the nearest enemy. If you can start with that, as one of the characters starts with that, it usually, at the very beginning of the game, will kill that enemy because they're all low power enemies at the beginning. And then as you level it up, it'll do more damage or go through the first enemy. And eventually, when you evolve it, which requires having a different power-up leveled up as well, Well, I don't even know if the other power up needs to be leveled up, or if you just have to have it unlocked. I can't remember which one it is, but
I'm still not sure on that one. The
no,
jury's
I'm not
still out
100% sure on
I
that.
need to pay attention to that.
But
not that it really matters.
It then literally, instead of firing like every, I don't know, third of a second or whatever, it literally just goes, just fucking firing constantly, and it fucking going everywhere. And that really helps because it's just doing tons of damage. And then if you pick up the spinach, which is the extra damage, and then you're picking up things like the Bible. There's a book that was like a cooldown, so it procs quicker, and then there's the I fucking hell, I can't think now. There's like all these like add-on effects that you pick up, as well as like actual weapons.
Yeah,
and the combination of all of those together. There's so many fucking combinations. I managed to evolve the axes the other day, and they become scythes and just fling out in a circle, expanding circle from wherever you are. And if obviously the more, one of the things is it's not cooldown, but it increases the number of projectiles is another one, isn't it? So you keep leveling them up, and every time you level that thing up, it'll add another one of those things onto your knife or whatever, or every weapon that you've got. It'll add another instance of that every time it procs. It's fucking bonkers, this game, isn't it?
Yes.
Just
yeah.
Marcanix so addictive.
Marcanix has just popped up in the Discord asking, is it free to play? It is free on PC Game Pass. It's about, what, £2 on Steam? I hardly recommend buying
£2.09 on Steam, yeah.
Buy it on Steam. Like it,
because you will have it for eternity.
You'll have it forever.
Early access at the end of the day.
It's easy to have it on Steam. It's £2. Plus it loads way quicker. I'm sure of it. Like, I don't think it loads very quick on Game Pass. Game Pass is on PC is not optimized as well as
I've not really noticed that, to be honest.
Yeah, I did.
Well, the thing is, we both played it originally on Game Pass, didn't we? Yeah. And then bought the Steam version. I bought the Steam. I was like, fuck it, I'm going to chuck them a bone. There's £2. It's not really fucking breaking my bank to throw these guys £2. They've probably made an absolute killing on this game. But I didn't uninstall the Game Pass version. I installed the Steam version, loaded up the Steam version, and I had some of the progress that I'd got from Game Pass version. So, but you don't get everything. Didn't get all the characters unlocked, but I had all of my coin and the like extra fucking what is it? Not weapons, but like your sort of like you can. You earn gold as well. Another thing is you earn gold while you're playing it. You pick up gold coins as you're going through the game every time you play, and then you can go back when you come out. You can either use that coin to unlock new characters, or give you like a permanent upgrade when you first start playing. So you can start with like extra health, start with extra damage, or extra armor, or there's like a load of things you can spend that gold on. And one of those things is a revive, but that's like fucking well expensive.
34 grand.
Yeah, well, it depends. Like, when initially, if you don't buy anything else, it's a lot less than that, because every time you buy something, all of the other upgrades get more expensive.
Oh, do they?
Yeah. So, if you refund all of your upgrades, you probably have enough to buy a revive at the initial price. But yeah, every time you buy an upgrade, everything goes up in price. All the next subsequent upgrades. So it's just really fucking cool. It's just like the most basic looking thing, but there's so much depth to it. And like that, it's like a puzzle. Like, say, just getting to 30 minutes is your first solution. But then, like I say, I got to 32 minutes 24, and I was like, fucking yes, come on. So
yeah, it is like a puzzle. It's very, very. I mean, it's real. The other thing I noticed now that I played more of it was really getting a feel for like when the tide changes. Like, you'll just get one power up. You know, you'll be struggling, and then you'll get one power up or one buff or whatever it may be, and then you can feel the whole tide just changes, and you're on top of the game again, right? And then you have like a bit of a breather, and you just
you know, one of the things I had was the seagull, and it was like I'd never really bothered with it before, but then I maxed it out, and it was fucking wrecking everything around me because it was like shoot in a circle around you, wasn't it? Like an area of effect type of area, and it was just bombarding these areas like with fucking weapons. There's another version of the seagull. I can't remember what it's called. Spoilers. But if I had both of them going, and it was just absolutely wrecking everything, and then they evolve, and you get like this new power, and it's just fucking mental. But man, it's just really addictive.
Have you unlocked the playing card deck yet?
No.
Okay.
I've seen glimpses of things, and I'm just like, what the fuck is that about? Not reading that.
Right, because the other thing they do really well, like I could play. I think what I find them fascinating about it is like that first level and the basic things. Like I could have just played that, got to the 30 minutes, and it would have gone, congratulations, you've beaten the game, and I would have gone, that was worth my £2.
But it doesn't do that, does it? It gets to the 30 minutes, you think you beat the game, it says game over, you fucking died.
It's nowhere near that. That's just scratching the surface. But then they have, I think it's the dairy level, right? Which is, no, the library, which is almost completely horizontal, right? And that's a really good level. I've enjoyed that level, like getting the orb pickups, because you can always scoop up every orb without ever, without missing any, because you're only going left and right. And then I've unlocked another level, which is almost straight down and up. Have you been on that one? I think it's the fourth one or something.
Yeah. I was doing that with my new characters. Going, I don't like these characters. This is fucking, I don't understand this.
I did, yeah. But anyway, I beelined on that one to go down. It was like, there's a pickup down there. So I'm going to beeline.
I was doing that, right? But I got so far into it, and then I was like, I can't actually go down any further because now I'm going to fucking die. Did you get to that point?
No. But I got to the... But I think... Or did I go back? Oh, I think I may have gone back up north to get the playing card thing.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure. All I know is it threw some right old nasty people at me. I beat
the giant fucking crab. I got an achievement for beating some giant crab on that level, I think.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet. So no doubt he'll mosey on into my game at some point. Yeah. And I loaded it on my laptop. My laptop runs it. So
even when you get to the end? Towards when it's going absolutely mayhem.
I didn't get that far.
Coming towards you.
I didn't get that far, but it was like going with it wasn't breaking a sweat on anything up to around about the 20-minute mark. So
cool.
I think it's going to be good. I think it's just mainly process. If you haven't, it's graphics cards are not the big issue of the day on this. It's processors, right? It's doing a lot of crunching at the end.
Yeah, it gets a bit busy. That's for sure.
But just man, what a gem! Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, crazy. Come out of nowhere, like never heard of it a month ago, probably, and now.
Yeah, I think you're going to be putting in a Vampire Survivors Discord section.
You think?
Here, yeah, because Marcanix is just saying he's going to try it. John Mouse is on.
He said, he said, is it similar to Dead Nation? No, definitely not.
I can't remember playing that.
That was a twin stick shooter. It looked it looks like a twin stick shooter when you see it, but it's not at all. Like you're literally just moving and then choosing your upgrades.
Yeah. Anyway, get on board, people. I don't think you can obviously tell. I don't think the pair of us can recommend it.
I'm going to be playing it after we finish.
Yeah, probably.
After talking about it.
Well,
for like
actually,
half an hour.
that was something we did last week, right? Which was that both you and I were sharing our screens on Discord, playing it and chatting about it. So that was pretty cool. So, okay. Well, that's Vampire Survivors, which is highly recommended. And then that is the show.
Good job no one else was here.
Yeah. We're getting out a little bit early tonight. I think we're under the 2-hour mark.
I don't know. It's not that much earlier than normal.
Not that much, but a little bit maybe. So, all right. Okay. Well, do we want to do Dave's bits? Neil, do you want to
Okay. thank you for listening to the Seal Podcast or watching on Twitch. If you would like to get in touch with us, you can email us at sealpodcast@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter at Seal Podcast. Check us out on Twitch, Seal Podcast. And you'll never guess, but we're on YouTube, and it is also Seal Podcast. Join the Discord, get involved on the chat. There is a footy channel that currently is cut off from people because I know sometimes footy's a bit divisive and it's not for everyone. Some people don't like to listen about or talk about footy. If you want to get in on that, let me know if you're on the Discord and I will add you in. Otherwise, if you want to join the Discord, there is a link pinned to the Twitter profile, and you can also type !Discord, all lowercase, in the Twitch chat, and you will be sent a link to join the Discord.
Really?
Yes. Magic.
That's clever stuff. Okay. All right. Well, thank you, Neil. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah.
You and I will go off and play some Vampire Survivors, and by the time we come back, we should have a couple of seals. We should be double. The seal population should have doubled.
Hopefully next week we're back to full strength. Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Okay. All right then, people. Thank you very much for joining us. Until next time, we'll see you later.
See ya.